My name is GiBi, and for the last couple of weeks, I've been inundated with this.
Maurice, I'm so sorry for your loss. I know your husband. Gold, coins, and bags for you.
So I am very happy to return to my roots and view some insanity that is coming from Chris Chan. The last time we looked at Chris, we thought that his hearing was going to be in mid-September, but that actually got pushed back now to mid-November, so there's no news coming on that front. But we do have, is this amazing letter that Chris wrote to Null, who's the owner and operator of the Kiwi Farms. Null posted the contents of this beautifully written, authentic Chris Chan note to the Kiwi Farms, and so we're just going to take a look at this. He says it was dated September 19th, so this would be a couple days after his hearing was delayed. I have finally received fresh paper and envelopes, and I feel it advised to inform you of the following, all of which, as you may or will, you have my consent to relay all the contents of this letter to Joshua Null Moon, as well as forward the physical documents to David Hellberg, my attorney. So if Chris wrote this letter and sent it directly to Null, then why is he saying it needs to be given to Null? Also, why would his lawyer need to see these documents? Without more information, we now have two possibilities, one where he literally wrote this letter to Null and Null received it at his home address, and the other one would be that Chris wrote this to someone else, maybe an advocate on his behalf, and that person forwarded it to Null, as this opening paragraph suggests. Either way, Chris continues and says that the following everyone should hear and appreciate sincerely, authentic, and spiritually, and aura deep. I also swear direct truth with my left hand over my heart as I write this sentence. His left hand? Have I been promising wrong for my whole life? It's your right hand. That's how you pledge allegiance. Firstly, and vitally, it should be made obvious and clear that aside from Andy Warhol, my life events at present and so far can directly be compared and matched with that which have been chronicled of none other than Oh boy. Okay, I know it's been a while, so a little context. So even after the audio came out about what Chris did to his mother, Null was helping him. So Null was like his last friend, the last person giving Chris any advice. And that was until Chris stole money from Barb's account in order to rent a hotel room. After that, which was illegal, Null just dropped all helpage of Chris. Null stopped helping Chris after that. The Andy Warhol thing is in reference to a book because somebody wrote a book comparing Chris's life to Andy Warhol's life. I've talked about that a couple times on the channel. It's a very good book, and there's a lot of very weird comparisons. He's actually written other books about comparing other people's lives to Andy Warhol. He's an Andy Warhol expert. So Chris is saying that not only is he Andy Warhol, but he's Jesus. My life events at present and so far can directly be compared and matched with that which have been chronicled of none other than Jesus Christ of Nazareth himself, in any Holy Bible. Also, feel free to take any unaltered original photograph of my body's face, neck, and shoulder chest area where I was not wearing the glasses. Then alter the photo to show a naturally growing brown beard, mustache, and sideburns. Now place that photo next to any image of Jesus off the cross. I think it means on or. This is, I'm actually reading it as typed by Null because Chris's handwriting is hard to look at. So any typos are Null's and not Chris's. No, he does actually say off the cross. Chris, no. Okay, so we're going to Photoshop Chris to have a Jesus beard, and then we're going to compare it to a picture of Jesus off the cross. Compare. Look deep into my eyes and photograph. See for yourself. I meditate and connect, directly and genuinely, with the cosmos. Both of our universe halves, and throughout the timelines and entire multiverse. So despite some lack of physical evidence, I know the ultimate truths, facts, and details not commonly known or written, drawn, or chronicled. That being stated, all of my life, my mind, eyes, and literally held the constant perception of being the central camera, number 000, out of all of the other cameras, infinite, from the first-person perspective of all others. So referring to himself as a camera, this is actually something he's done before on Twitter. So he sort of views things, I don't know if he's comparing this to a movie or a video game, But imagine if you could take control of a person, like you're getting control of an NPC in a video game, and you now see things through their perspective. Chris believes that his body, the Christian Weston Chandler, is camera number 1, but that his sort of consciousness is camera number 0 because he's omnipotent. So his mind eyes literally are the constant perception of central camera 000. So he's before everyone else. And this goes even deeper, and I encourage you to meditate deeply and see for yourself this and all of the truths. And the reason and truth behind my unique perception is direct and mind-blowingly simple. I am literally the real Player One, the one avatar, and this body, eyes, mind, and all is the one God body. And I am literally also Jesus Christ, himself, fully reincarnated and fully reawakened. Even the dimension merge, literally completed and concluding, the same for the collective shift. All of this is literally huge chunks of the past, present, and in-progress events of my second coming, period. So previously he said that Jesus is another deity and that he's friends with Jesus. He's more put himself on the level of like the Christian God, like Chris is yet another God. He's never said that he's the second coming of Jesus, so this is new and interesting. Not all details of the past chronicled scripture writings are accurate, and as a member of the Council of Gods and Goddesses with the strongest and directive connections, I know details have changed some to a lot in regard to the scriptures of the past. So he's saying that the Bible's incorrect about certain things. That's actually his justification for our entire fiction books, our entire fiction canon, I don't know. That's his justification for why all books are different than things actually are in the other universe. He believes there's a universe where all fictional things happen, but that our insight into that universe is slightly skewed. So the reason that there's 3 different interpretations of Spider-Man in movie form is because each creator of those 3 franchises has a slightly different and slightly incorrect view into the reality that Spider-Man actually exists in. 3 days on Earth equals 4 months with 24-hour day-nights in the heaven realm. So yes, this is the one immortal body, and that was none other than I, off and on that cross over 2,000 years ago in my past life personally. Oh my god. He is Jesus. That's what— oh, he drew a picture. This is new. This is new lore. He talked about his past lives before. He said that one of his past lives was of a princess in a distant galaxy, and that princess was also the sister of Jacob Sockness's past life. But apparently more recently, he has been the past life of actual Jesus. Each and every prayer and praise to Jesus as of February 1982 at least have all been directed— Thanks, motorcycle. At least all have been directed to this body and soul. Malachi 3, Judgment Day is nearing. Know this well. Praise moving on. With all of that stated, your last letter. Next, why I had transferred that money on Saturday, July 3rd. Josh had absolutely no right in relaying that detail publicly. Yeah, okay, Chris. So he's referring to Josh in the third person. Josh is Null. Which again makes me think that this letter was not written to Null. It was written to someone else who forwarded it to Null. Friday the 30th. Forced out of my home and temple. Had nowhere else to go. Had less than $50 between pocket money and only a couple of bucks or so in my bank account. No money in my PayPal. Patreon was not due for a payout until Sunday. And SSI was not coming into my bank until Tuesday. Alright, I'm going to censor these names. This is Chris's aunt and uncle. So, my aunt and uncle spelled wrong, cast me out before I even arrived in where they live. The van was majorly uncomfortable. Josh had wired $1,000 to my bank that Friday, but would not arrive until after or on Monday. Little food and options, and you try bumming in any parking lot without feeling insecure and paranoid. I needed safety and comfort as quickly as possible. That is why I transferred that money. So, it's dubious whether or not he was actually stealing this money, whether or not it was like a joint bank account between him and Barb. The thing is that this is prior to Chris's arrest. All he had was a do not contact order. He could not contact Barb in any way. which some people who are familiar with the law say that he violated by accessing her bank account. So, yeah, he did the one thing that he wasn't allowed to do for comfort, which is bad. I was going to pay it back in full. Even had $150 from Patreon on Sunday the 1st that went straight to Barbie It's hard saying that now. Even had $150 from Patreon on Sunday the 1st that went straight to Barbie Chan's bank account. I would have paid the remaining $600 Monday or Tuesday, but Null had to fail his destined task and betrayed me, like I was betrayed and jailed with a kiss over 2,000 years ago. Null is Judas. Now, and as of the past arrest, I have absolutely no way to fulfill that repentance, or anything else digital. Malachi 3:6-15. I repeat, all that personally. Now, all of you had to overdrama and fail your worldwide test of faith upon me. And, finally, the all-important popular... He says all of you. He's not just talking about Josh. So, who did he send this letter to? This is conspiracy time. Let's get our conspiracy hats on. This isn't my conspiracy hat. This is The Office hat. My conspiracy hat is missing. I believe it was stolen by the Illuminati. That's why I'm not going to put it on right now. And finally, the all-important popular present FAQ. Why and what the heck? Emmanuel, God above all other gods and goddesses, and one of my mentors. I thought it was your father, Chris. I thought you were Jesus. Herself, he refers to the Christian God as a female, so herself, had deemed me to heal, cleanse, and clear Barbara of all of her past sins and regrets, and improve her abilities directly and personally as her goddess. We mainly cuddled, soul-bonded, and talked. Consentful, not a word. Then again, neither is whatever word I said earlier. Helpage. Consentful and emotionally and mentally supportive and healing. I did as I had done for and with a few chosen back in it. What? Oh. At first I thought Chris was saying that, I thought he was talking about his prostitute. Then I thought he was saying he picked up a prostitute in Israel. Then I thought he was saying that Jesus slept with prostitutes. Now I'm realizing that he's just saying that Jesus cleansed people of their sins. I did as I had done for and with a chosen few back in Israel over 2,000 years ago in cleansing them. More details for the Bibles that had been overlooked and left out. We gods had eased up on the views of adultery. Why else do you all have pro-gay, pro-lesbian, pro-trans, and all today and the past decades? Excuse me? I would like everybody who has ever sent me or any other Chris Chan YouTuber, or even just anyone who's ever commented about Chris on the internet, anyone who's ever sent us a comment saying that we need to respect Chris's pronouns, please know that he just compared being gay and being trans to adultery. Please know that Chris actually believes that. Please know that he thinks that those are the same thing and that they were all justified. Because he's a god and he permits it. Everyone involved were all being genuinely, deeply happy, content, and spiritually satisfied with themselves and each other. As long as all are over the age of consent and the activity was consensual by all parties involved, and genuinely spiritually happy, it is good. I have written further insights and details and already shared them with David Hellberg. And I get out on Second Coming or sooner by uninterrupted co-divine intervention. All of your dreams and curses are no more and I'm not going to make a fool of myself by saying that something Chris said isn't a real word. Not again. Not after the thoroughly incident. Unrevivable. That just looks wrong. Maybe it's just Chris's writing. All of your dreams and curses are no more and unrevivable. Judgment Day. Praise us, gods. Chris Chan Sonichu, the goddess Blueheart, and your lord. So that means that Chris is actually writing similar letters to this and sending them to his lawyer. He actually asked that a copy of this be sent to his lawyer in the beginning. So Chris is telling his lawyer that he is Jesus. It's kind of like a stereotype that if you're in a bind, you just kind of you come out and you say that you're Jesus. You're like, I'm Jesus, and then people think you're crazy, and then you get to do an insanity plea and you don't go to prison. I don't think that that's what Chris is doing here. I think that he now actually believes this is all true. So that was unexpected. We can expect more of these letters till the end of time. Basically, until his hearing and trial come, and then even if he gets sentenced to prison, it's almost certain that he'll still be allowed to write letters, because that's how prison works. So as long as this stuff keeps getting posted and leaked, I can still talk about it. This has been... this was fun. I thought it was fun until he said Barbie-chan, and then my soul was once again crushed by the terrifying reality of what he did. He is doubling down and saying that it was consentful. So that's good, if true. Thank you for watching. If you want more updates that are up to the minute, you can follow me on Twitter at GiBi_Devin. I did post on YouTube when his hearing was delayed, but I didn't post when the new date was because I thought that was a little too small of an update to make a whole YouTube post or video about, but I did post it on my Twitter, so if you want little comments about that, you can follow me on Twitter, unless you kind of don't want to go on Twitter because it's horrible. I also figured out my green screen. This isn't real. I'm not actually where it shows me. Also, I may have not actually figured out my green screen, so this whole video may have been just the green screen behind me. That doesn't matter. Thank you for watching. Ring the bell, subscribe, hydrate. See you soon.